morning. So it's about 7:30 in the morning and I'm on my way driving to the Delaware beaches. And every time I go from Pennsylvania to the Delaware beaches, I love to stop at a new interesting place along the way. So I'm at Killens Pond State Park. I've been here before. I've got a video where I hiked around the pond here. Really beautiful, especially in the winter time. There's so many evergreens. It's a really nice wintertime hike. So today I'm gonna go out on the pond here. This is my gear. I've got my dry bag, my paddle vest, my paddles, and a folding kayak. I've got the green one with me today. We've got 3 of these. For me, the real benefit of this folding kayak is that I've got the process down really fast. Probably 5-6 minutes I can get it set up or folded up, and for me that really is like a way to get me out on the water more because it's such a quick process. I will get out for a quick paddle even if it's just an hour. Another thing that's worked out really well for a family is these adjustable paddles. So what I like about these is if my kids are using the kayak, or me, or my husband, or my nephews, we can adjust these to the right size for whoever's using them. They break apart, so they're convenient with that folding kayak kind of storage that they break down to fit in my car. The other nice thing is when you're in a folding kayak, it's a little bit wider. So you're gonna need a paddle that's gonna be wider so you're not making contact with the sides and you're able to paddle effectively. So for me, going with an adjustable paddle, I have a link in the description of the ones I use. I love them, but what has happened is some of the plastic has broken down on them, which is kind of annoying. So that's the only thing. If you're going to use these, be careful keeping them in the sun. Be careful exposing them to salt water if you're not going to rinse them, things like that. I think I made some mistakes that I probably could have done better to prevent this little peeling from happening. But overall, they still work. And I tend to put one of these grips on them just to protect my hands from the chewed up plastic. I know I've mentioned this site before, but if you spend any time in Delaware, Maryland, Virginia on the Delmarva Peninsula, you want to check out Delmarva Trails and Waterways. And the coolest feature that they have on their site is they have a boat launch or a kayak launch search. So what I was able to do, I knew I was coming to Killens Pond, and instead of having to pull up the state park map and figure out where the boat launch is relative to the entrance of the park, they have GPS coordinates on the site. So I was just able to go on their site, click on the map, navigate right to the boat launch and get out here. It really saves time. It's also a really great resource if you're unsure of where you want to paddle, and you'll be able to filter by things like, you know, is it an official boat launch? Is it a shoreline launch? Is it a dock? So check it out. So if you can kind of see through the tree line, that building, they have an absolutely beautiful nature center with a little museum, some live animals on display and things like that. A wonderful area to go and eat lunch under a covered picnic area. So you can see more in my other YouTube video where I hiked here. So it's interesting how some sections of the lake look so different. So you can see there are these lily pads here, and they have the blossoms, but they're not quite open yet. So I don't know if that's because it's not sunny this morning or they're just not quite ready. When I first started this channel, I was primarily a hiker. That was what I did. I would hike. I used to do a lot of camping when my kids were younger, But adding these pieces of gear to my life, like the folding bike, the folding kayak, it's definitely helped me explore some new activities that I really have come to absolutely love, and that have become a big part of my getting outside in nature routine. So I think it's really neat. Sometimes we think as we get older, and when I say older, I'm in my mid-40s, but we think it's kind of like too late to try a new thing, or like, oh, I'm not a biker, or I'm not this. And it's like, I think if you try it, you may find that you really love it. So there were 3 very pretty turtles, and one by one, as they heard me approaching, they just jumped right off in the water. They don't mess around. I think they can hear like your vibrations, or they have, I don't know what it is, but they seem to know when you're coming, and they just take for cover in the water. Definitely a very relaxing paddle. Being on a pond like this, it's smaller, it's just very relaxing. There's no waves, no wind, very easy situation to paddle across. I had my camera out and I was trying to take a picture of what I thought was a yellow bird in a tree, and here's a fishing bobber. So down at this side, you can see the kind of plants and things get very thick, and it kind of gets choked off. So I'm not going to go through there. I'm going to turn back around. I'm not sure if I mentioned the date. So it's going to be Mother's Day weekend this coming up. So you're going to see this video months from now because I'm behind in posting my footage. But the weather is just beautiful right now. No bugs, but that nice warm 70s kind of perfect weather. Interested in learning more about the Tucktec folding kayak, I'll have a link in my description. You can go to the Tucktec playlist. You know the drill by now. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm gonna paddle back to where I started. If I see anything cool, I'll film it.